Underneath the Union Jack is our version of your 50 stars. You guys have 50 stars because you've got 50 states. That star has 7 points, and those points represent our states and our territories. And next to that is the Southern Cross. So hopefully during the...
Because I want my children to have awesome accents. Yes, they do.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like how long you use it for.
I used this backpack at before the
I like how small they are. Yeah, I never went to that.
Good job, Justin.
I did not walk in that hole, and I'm proud of that.
The pole walked into you, Justin.
I have to tell Jack right now, he's gonna be so mad.
So if anyone speaks Spanish, Guillermo Tell is William Tell. You know the story of the spear? So that's my dad. Come on in. So guys, this is Darling Harbour. Awesome tall ships around. Around the corner you're going to see battleships and submarines.
He looks like such a tourist.
Me?
In a video.
So we'll find out.
That's why I moved here though. I was an Australian accent. So I could fit it.
Is there something that you say? Like, oh yeah, that's... Oh dude, that'd be sick.
Off the plane. Right? Line them right up.
I was just asking who's money.
Well, there's a lot of guys in my age.
Yes.
They don't speak their language of their parents.
Yep.
Their parents were told not to speak it when they came in the 50s and 60s. Go of the original bounty that was built in New Zealand back in the early 80s. This one right here. So if any of you love movies, there's a movie with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins called Mutiny on the Bounty, and that ship is in the movie right there. But it's an old movie. It goes back to the 80s, an old one. So these are where the tall ships come. A lot of these tall ships are used not only for functions and parties and weddings, but they're also used to help troubled teenagers. So for any teenager, male or female, that is undergoing some sort of issues in their life, whatever it might be, they bring them together in a form of bonding, and they put them on a boat and they teach them how to pull up the sails, how to do the ropes. The idea is to show them that there is a sense of family and community amongst other areas rather than their own. So it's very famous, these boats are used for troubled teenagers. So this is the city of Sydney. You can see it from this angle. Later on today, we're going to go up that tower. You're going to get a great view of the city of Sydney. And we couldn't have asked for a better day, guys. There's not a cloud in the sky. So it's absolutely a cracker of a day. So if you're interested in maritime history, this is the museum right there. But you do pay a bit of extra to go on these ships and submarines as well. Now we do have a controversial issue that's going at the moment. Right behind you is a casino, but we're building a second casino. As Stephen said last night or yesterday, we are a nation of gamblers, and he's right about that, because per capita, we are the #1 gambling country in the world. We do like to bet on anything and everything. We teach our children in elementary school how to gamble. We do. It's part of our culture. We're not addicts, we just like a bet. There's nothing wrong with that. We call that having a go. We have a race in Melbourne on the second Tuesday of November called the Melbourne Cup. It's a horse race, and it literally stops the whole country. In that state, it's a public holiday, that race. Every other state, what you do is you go to work, you finish at 12 o'clock, and then that's it. You don't work. You go straight to the pub, you have a few drinks, and you make a bet on the horses. The race is at 3 o'clock and only lasts for about 3 minutes, and that's it. but it literally stops the nation. So elementary kids, what we do in the newspapers, we have the names of all the horses and the jockeys, and you cut it out, you put it into a hat, you ask the kids to throw 20 cents or 50 cents in a pot, and then they choose a horse and they pay out the first, second and third place getters. So we teach everyone how to gamble. That's what we do. So that area is the new casino being built. So we're going to have 2 casinos next door to each other. But that one is not for people like me. That casino is for the high rollers, for the Asian market. Minimum bet will be $1,000 on the table, that hotel. So they're building 3 towers, and that's what's being constructed. So a lot of people don't like it, but it's part of our culture. We do like to gamble, guys. There is a day in the year that you are allowed to gamble on the streets of Sydney. The police turn a blind eye. One day of the year. And that day is what you call Memorial Day. We call it Anzac Day. It's the day where we remember all our soldiers, past and present. And you're allowed to gamble on the streets on that day. We'll talk more about that as we go. It's a pretty good day. Yes, question.
How old do you have to be here to gamble?
How old do you have to be to gamble? 18. 18 is the legal age. Now, some of you guys realise what happened last night. Some of you went across the road to that pub and you realise that if you were not 18 or over, you were asked to leave. That's the way it is in our country, guys. If you're not at that age, they ask you to leave. Or they throw you out, one or the other. So unfortunately, expect that where we go. Different rules down here. So we'll be on one of these cruise ships later on, going around the area. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the coach. We'll keep seeing Sydney. There's a lot of things to see. And we'll give you many photo opportunities. Our next stop will be right underneath the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Awesome.